Okay guys, so episode 2 of the never-ending steering job. As you saw last time, I was fighting that thing bad. Slowly remembered why. Last time I put a lift on one, I just replaced every piece of it. So minus the drag link, this is the final piece. So I ordered this sucker in. We're going to get this mounted, get the steering back together, and get ready to get it aligned. So we'll put it all together and get it as close as we can where we can drive to the alignment shop. So here we go. Safety check. We're good. Finally got my impact back. I gotta tell you, I really miss this sucker. Okay, so since I just spent 30 minutes fishing this bolt out of the inside of the spring, got some redneck ingenuity to keep that sucker from falling off the socket so I can get it back in there. That way, I can get this idler arm on. Alright, so now we're going to take this and we're going to put her right up on that new idler arm bracket we just put in, and we'll tie this idler arm into the steering here. We'll be able to start buttoning everything back up so then I can tighten up our sway bar again and get everything where it needs to be. And the only thing I need to do is replace the ball joint on the right front. So I'll get to that just after we get this sucker together. Alright, now the steering's in, so check it out. New tie rod ends. This is the drag link I told you we probably should have replaced. And after I did that, I realized why. So if I would have just replaced this drag link too right here, then I wouldn't have had to fight all that crap you saw me doing in the first video. I could have just replaced it. So I actually did a 6-inch Pro Comp lift on the last one I did like this, and I just decided to change everything because I had the same issues. So now we've got this new idler arm assembly in, new tie rod inner and outer, ball joints, pitman arm. So we're going to get everything buttoned up, get this upper ball joint here changed out, and we'll button everything up and put it back together and try to get it as straight as we can where we don't tear something up on the way to the alignment shop. Well, continuing on with the worst ever, longest taking steering job I've ever done in my life. Got all the ball joints and everything back in, got the sway bar bushing in, and then right here, the bottom of this bolt was dragging on the spindle. So I had to shave a little off the spindle there, tough for you to see. But it wouldn't turn because of that. And these aftermarkets have bolts on them where the factory is a smaller, short bolt that's got a rivet on top. So it was a lot more clean than that. So a lot more flush. So I had to grind that down a little bit to get this to work. So I'm going to get that back together. And then I think I'm going to do a little something about this ugly thing right here. This shock, if you watch the previous videos, you know I had a rough ride issue after installing the Torch off-road leveling kit, and it was just because these stock shocks are too short. So I called up the guys at Torch Off-Road and they recommended some shocks, and I got them. That's what we're going to put on. Okay, so we went with the Pro Comp ES 9000. This is good for up to 4-inch extra lift. So a little bit longer, it's going to give it that ride that we really want. Okay, new shocks installed, ball joint in, everything's tight, got cotter pins in it. I had to do a little modification here. These shocks didn't come compressed, so I had to improvise. Okay, I'll fire it up and see how she turns before I put anything back on it. Obviously I need a belt. Alright. Got something to look at here. I think this might just be the way to go. I don't know if I've got the proper lug nuts for it. Probably not. We'll find out here in just a minute. Of course not. We'll hold off on those. That's going to look pretty good though. Go back with the old ugly ones for now. That's fine. These tires are still good. If y'all watched all the way back to the beginning of the channel, I bought these tires for 20 bucks. And they've been good. They run a 100-mile commute daily. Been across a couple states. Been good tires, good investment. I can tell you now, those new ones didn't cost no 20 bucks. Okay, so we're testing out the front end finally. Still fighting this sucker bad, but I know that the steering is doing this. Now the tie rods are in the exact position they were before I put the idler and pitman arm on there, so that tells you how worn out that front end actually was. So I wanted to get out, kind of jar the new shocks around and get those new ball joints worked around a little bit, and then go back and tighten everything up and see if we can get the front end straight. Then we'll go get some alignment done. Man, it is just, yeah. Steering's a lot tighter, but it's fighting bad. Boy, those longer shocks sure helped out. This front end is just take some big bumps here. Yeah, heck of a lot nicer. A lot nicer. Well, I think that pretty well does it. Gonna straighten this sucker out when I get home. Take it for alignment, get that done, and then I'm gonna go buy some of the better lug nuts so I can put those aftermarket wheels and tires on that I showed you guys. So obviously I have a huge mess to clean up here. That was literally the worst front end I've ever done in my life. So I took it out and drove it. Look here. See how that one got a little toe to it, pointing that way? This one's same thing, pointing that way. So those tie rod ends were in the same position as they were before I changed the idler and pitman arms. So that's how bad the idler and pitman arms are worn out. So I'm going to adjust the tie rods and get it straightened out a little more, then I can take it and get aligned. Don't want to wear out my tires on the way. So anyway, appreciate you guys watching. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button. We got some more coming on the OBS Suburban here. We're going to do some projects with it. I've got the wheels and tires I showed you. I got to get some lug nuts for that. And we're going to put this thing to work. And we're curious if you guys want to see us do some more stuff with it. We've got some mufflers for it. There's some other things we can do too. There's a ton of things to do with those. I mean, the parts are everywhere. So if you guys want to see some more OBS stuff, let us know. Maybe we can get another OBS project. If you guys want us to do some abandoned stuff, maybe bring some old cars and trucks out of fields and work on them. We've got a lot more coming on the rat rod. Just had to make some room for it. I know some of y'all been asking for it. Calm down. It's coming. I promise. So anyway, appreciate you guys watching. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell. It'll let you know if we got something coming up. All right. Thanks a lot. See you next time.